Hi guys, how's it? Kia ora, and good day to all of my followers. Welcome back to another video. First off, thank you guys for all the subscriptions, comments, likes, everything. Hit the bell notification, all of it. I love it. It's great. Man, it's like Christmas time here in the Northern Hemisphere this weekend when it comes to the game of rugby union. So many international matches, so many tests going on. It's going to be exciting for everyone all around the world if you're a fan of international rugby this weekend. We've got several key games here. We've got Italy taking on the All Blacks, the return of Sam Cane to his captaincy there. We've got Ireland and Japan going at it. We've got England and Tonga with heaps of additions in this last week to their roster due to injuries and also just guys that have decided to come in and take a chance. We've got France and Argentina. Is Mario Ledesma going to be able to right the ship with the Pumas after a 6-game losing streak? Hopefully so. And then we've got Scotland versus the Wallabies. So much controversy about the Wallabies. We've got Quade Santini-Cooper not making the trip, Kerivi not making the trip. You've got Kurtley Beale coming back into the fold this last week and ready for action against the Scottish. But you know what this video is going to be about. You see the flag, you see the jersey, you know what time it is. We've got the mighty Springbok taking on Wales, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time this Saturday. I will be going live. I know a lot of my Safa brothers and sisters are going to probably be doing a braai because there's no such thing as bad braai weather. Ask any South African. But I will be going live. If you guys want to pop in, say hi. I will be doing my thing for that game. Pretty excited about this. We've got the lineups. Obviously, Springboks released theirs a couple days. Wales released theirs earlier this morning, while your dear commentator here was getting his beauty sleep. I think I need a little bit more, but we'll see how that goes. Let's go through some of these lineups, talk about some of the key missing guys, injuries, that kind of thing, and kind of give you my opinion on it and what I hope happens, what I think happens. So we will go ahead and start with the front row for the mighty Springbok. We've got Nishe, Banambi, and Nikane. The front row there, ever reliable. All three of those guys are solid world-class players. Everybody knows it. It's looking like Coach Jacques is going to run that same deal he did against the All Blacks. We'll get to that when we get to the run-ons here in a minute. We've got Etzebeth and Lud de Hager as our locks. Very, very reliable combo there. We've got Khaleesi captaining and Quagga Smith as the flankers, the loose forwards. And of course, at number 8, we've got Thor himself, a.k.a. Daniel Johannes, a.k.a. Duane Vermeulen, holding it down. Recently saw a couple of comments where he was saying, hey man, I'm still going to be involved in this by 2023. Which, based on how we've seen our veterans doing as of recent, you know what? Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all, Duane. We would definitely appreciate that kind of consistency. I mean, the guy's getting up there in years, but he can still do his thing, and it's nice to see, you know, a guy on the team that has a bald spot just like me. I love you anyways, bro. But then we've got, so no Faf de Klerk, obviously injured for the next couple of months, so we've got Herschel Janties, who's more than capable at scrum half. Of course, Andre Pollard at fly half. We know that was kind of a given. We'd see how that goes. Our wingers on the left side, we've got Mpimpi, and a name that I had not seen on the right side. I had to look back. I don't think he'd played since the World Cup. Jesse Creel coming back into the fold. Guy's still just a solid guy. I got nothing, no worries on that side. We got Lukio Am and Damien Dialende are our centers, and no Willie LaRue. We've got Damien Valemsa, who has had a few issues with me personally in recent weeks, but he seems to be, maybe he'll shut me up just like Quagga and just like Elton did this last game against the All Blacks. 5-3 split coming off the bench. We've got Marks, Kitsoff, Kolk, and Mustert. Going to be those front couple of rows there, and then Jasper Vise, another guy that's kind of disappointed me at times. I mean, get a chance at a little bit of redemption. We've got Jacobus Reinach, the clutch man, Elton Janties, and Franz Stein are going to be our back replacements. We all saw that. That was like, I don't think anybody anticipated that. nobody plans for your fullback to have ball control issues like Willie LaRue did in that game against the All Blacks, and bringing in Stan was just like, damn. You saw him and Janties, they came in and really handled up Janties with the drop goal and the kick to win the game. I do enjoy the idea of being able to start with a world-class front row, and then as the other team gets tired, replacing him with another world-class front row. I like that. Marks Kitsoff and Cole coming off the bench. I just think they're just a solid side to deal with, and it's always nice that you have guys that are that good starting, and then guys that are equally, if not better, coming off of the bench as run-ons. Then we can go over here to the Welsh lineup with obviously several key missing things. You can't go without saying Alan Wynne-Jones. That guy is proper world class. I don't know how my followers feel about the guy. He's one of those guys that I have a lot of respect for. He's very, very intense. He's very passionate about the game. He's very passionate about playing for his country. And it's unfortunate that he was injured against the All Blacks last weekend. I'm pretty sure he was looking forward to playing, against the Springboks as well. No Faletau as well either. Looks like he's been released from his premiership contract. He will be heading back to Wales. Hopefully both of those guys can get well soon and be back out doing their thing as soon as possible. So we've got Kerry is going to be the hooker. The props are Ryan Elias and Ryan Elias and Thomas Francis. The flankers are going to be Ellis Jenkins and Tayane Basham. And then the locks are Will Rowland and Adam Beard. It looks like the big veteran in all of that is Francis, the prop with 58 caps. We've got Thomas Williams with 26 caps playing scrum half, and then the big man, everybody knows his name, Dan Bigger with 92 caps. Guy's been around for a minute now. The wings are Josh Adams and Louis Rees-Zammit, both fairly young guys. Adams with 33 caps. The centers are going to be Nick Tompkins and Jonathan Davies. Davies is also the captain of the team with 90. He also has 92 caps. It's heaps of them, man. Johnny McNichol will be at the rear at 15 at fullback. The bench is an interesting one. You got Bradley Roberts making his debut. You've got Wynne-Jones. We all know what he's capable of. He's going to be a run-on. We've got Wilgriff John with a debut. We got Ben Carter. Very few caps, 4 caps. Oh, man. We've got Davies at flanker. We've got Gareth Davies at scrum half. Gareth Anscombe will be also the replacement fly half, and then Liam Williams, the fullback replacement, 4-4 split coming off the bench. Wayne Pivek, still kind of a young coach, still at this point. Gatland didn't leave. It's been a couple of years now, but not a whole lot of international footy, so not really, he's still kind of putting his stamp on it, much like a Dave Rennie or even Jacques, or, it seems like a lot of these bigger teams went through coaching changes after this last World Cup. Ian Foster coming in for the retiring Steve Hansen. The history between these two teams, pretty interesting history. They've played 36 total times. It's 29-6-1 towards the Springboks. Weird thing is that 4 of those losses have come in the last 6 years. The last 6 years, it has been a 2-4 record against Wales for the Springboks. The 2 wins coming, interestingly enough, right when it counts in the Rugby World Cup. The last time these guys met, it was the semi-final. South Africa won 19-16. Year before that, the Autumn Internationals. Wales lost, won by 22-11. The previous June was when they came and played here in D.C., where the All Blacks just played the United States. Wales won 22-20. That was a really odd roster for the Springboks. I've later been told that was really just a quick way to make some coin real quick for the Rugby South Africa. Prior to that, the 2017 Autumn Series, Wales wins 24-22. The 2016 Autumn Series, Wales wins 27-13, and then you go back to the 2015 Rugby World Cup, and South Africa wins 23-19. So obviously these games are very, very close. You haven't seen a blowout by either side. I don't know if that changes this weekend or not. I would love to see the Springboks win by more than 16 so we can get back to that number 1 spot. But to be in all honesty here, I think any team in the top 5 could beat each other, depending on the week. It's I think that number 1 spot's really just it's whoever happens to be hot at the moment. Obviously, the absence of de Klerk and Colby will hurt the Springboks a bit, but I'm thinking our front pack will do just fine. It's going to be a nice grinding game. We're going to do what we need to do. Hopefully our backs get involved a bit more. If Pollard is having trouble with the ball, we can bring Elton Janties in, and he can do some kicking and do just fine. If we're having difficulty with fullback, we always bring in Francis Stan, and we know what he can do. We saw him kicking it regularly within, past the 22 and really saving our butts against the All Blacks. So it should be a great game. Once again, I will be going live for it, guys. So if you guys, I know everybody's going to be doing a braai back in South Africa because there's no such thing, like I said, as bad braai weather. But come by and say hi. I will be broadcasting live during that one. You can see, got the backdrop already set up here in the living area here in the apartment. And yeah, so wherever you're at this weekend, hopefully you get some good rugby in. I will be watching quite a few of these games. I'll just be doing the live broadcast for the Springboks and Wales, and should be a great weekend for all. So I will talk to all of you again very, very soon. Cheers, guys.